Welcome back, guys, to lesson 6.1. Today we're going to talk about the average value function. So this is the beginning of unit 6. So let's get cooking talking about the average value function. So the average value function, basically what it says is for a closed interval from A to B, we can find the average value of the function over that closed interval. Again, assuming that it's differentiable and I can actually take this integral and continuous, this would be the integral from A to B of f of x dx. And then I'm going to divide that by b minus a. Basically, this integral from a to b will give me the total change in the quantity. And then I'm going to divide it by the width of the interval. Sorry. So I'm going to take the integral divided by the width of the interval, and it should give me the average value over this interval. So for example, I'm going to take this function right here, and I'm going to find the average value of the interval from 0 to 3. So this is going to be 1/3 integral from 0 to 3 of 3x squared plus 12x minus 7 dx. So then this would be 1/3 times in the integral, this would be x cubed plus 6x minus 7x. We're going to evaluate that from 0 to 3. There's really no point in me plugging in 0 because the whole thing is just going to be 0. So this is going to be 1/3 times 27 plus 18 minus 21. So 27 minus 21 is 6, plus 18 is 24, divided by 3 would be 8. So what this means is over this interval from 0 to 3, the average value of this function is 8. All right, so we're going to take a look at what one of these problems looks like in context. So in this case, I have a function that gives me the rate at which recyclable material enters a recycling plant in t hours. And so here's the function where RT is the rate in pounds per hour. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the average rate at which material enters the plant over the interval from 2 to 6. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1 over 6 minus 2, which I mean, we all know that that's 4, but I'm just writing out so we can see the whole thing, times the integral from 2 to 6 of r of t dt. So then this is going to be 1/4 times, and we can go ahead and integrate this. This is going to be t to the 8th plus 6t squared. We want to evaluate that from 6 to 2. More than likely, you're going to need a calculator for this. So this is going to be 1/4 times. So we're going to grab our calculator. We're going to do 6 to the 8th. So we've got 6 to the 8th plus 6 times 6 squared. So this is going to be 1,679,832 minus, now we're going to do 2 to the 8th plus 6 times 2 squared. So that's going to be minus 280. All right, so now we're just basically going to take all this in our calculator, and we're going to do 1,679,832 minus 280, divide that by 4, and I get about 419,888. So what this means is over this interval from 2 to 6, this recyclable material is entering the recycling plant at a rate of 419,888 pounds per minute. So that last part is the interpretation of the answer. Hindsight, I made these numbers far too large. I made this problem off the top of my head, but let's just assume that about 500,000 pounds of recycling go into this per hour on average over this time period from 2 to 6. So I'm going to leave this next problem for you guys to do on your own. There's a slight change in this problem, so I want you to try and identify that slight change and figure out why this problem is slightly different from the one that we just did. And we'll do this one in class. So that is it for today. Today was a nice short video. We talked about the average value function, and then that last part that we did together was about interpreting the results in context, telling what they mean. So if you have any questions, make sure you bring them to class. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day.